It's NiP's first game of the year as well. And it's the first game with Pete in the lineup. I almost called Forrest Freiberg. Forrest is tagged up as is no good. It's one of his notorious fake nicks, which you can't really call fake nick anymore because it's used so often that everyone knows that it's Forrest. E-frag stay on the terrorist side. Now, talking about the terrorist side, you all know the B platform is one of the crucial positions over there. The other one is drop zone for the B bomb site. If you have drop zone control, you can kind of strangle the CTs, because they have to have at least one player watching that entrance or exit and one watching this exit. Well, if B platform is compromised, the CTs have another hole in their lineup. So NiP with a 3-man stack at B to counter a possible quick push by the terrorists. Not going to happen though. Dreamer is just waiting, as well as Victor, so the terrorists start off very slowly. They don't want to make a mistake yet. Forrest and Pete, Forrest and it was Get Right on the A bomb side. Now the CTs will rotate. No information gathered though, so it's just a guess by NiP. They think we might have a timing go ahead of us. E-frag might go for B sometime soon, but in fact the Bulgarian squad opens up on A. Forrest with the first spot doesn't get the headshot onto spy leaders, so the terrorists get away with their lives. But they stick to the A bomb site despite the fact they gave away their positions already. Now it's gonna be an A split. They try to intercept the CT's rotation. Freiberg will be a key player for NiP to keep them in running for this round, as well as Forrest, who has to stop that initial push on A long. Now Dreamer runs into Freiberg, gets the headshot already. The terrorists on their way to the A bomb site. Forrest tries to counter that. He has to retreat. He has to give up the site. Tries to push through. Now he's back in the rotation area. Holds on to that at least. He's joined by his teammates now, so together they try to push in there. It's a 5v4 retake. NiP sent one player in from A main, but Bubble will dispose of Pete already. He's not having the start that he would have liked to in this matchup, but it's a hard start for NiP anyway. Bubble with his second frag of the round. E-frag are up 1-0. And that was a well planned out strategy. On top of that, kind of not lucky, but on top of that frag by Dreamer, who just jumped into the window, and then they already had that strangle hold, that choke hold on the CTs. Forrest was alone over there, and he was lucky to get back in here. Sadly for him, it didn't help his team. So NiP on the receiving end, but they go for a force buy, and they are players. They can all hit those headshots with the Digas and the P250s. E-frag needs to watch out, and they know that they have to watch out. They purchased 4 rifles already. It's a heavy investment on the terrorist side, and the first one goes down. It wasn't one of the rifle-wielding players. It was just an informational play by E-frag. Didn't give them too much to work with. But NiP rotated 3 players to A. So the B bomb set is the weak point. Bubble is already pushing forward to the platform, and NiP with a good heads-up rotation gets ahead of their opponents. Already 1 step ahead of them. E-frag needs to hit those heads right now. Oh, and there is Dreamer. That's what I talked about. If you have strong AK aimers on the terrorist side, Dreamer with another one onto Exist. If you have those strong aimers, those B bomb site pushes are going to be very hard for the CTs to defend. Get Right managed to get his hands on the Mac 10 that Spy Leader dropped, but there's nothing that he can do about the outcome of the round. He just wants to hold on to it to get some more money in the next round, maybe if he gets a cheeky frag somewhere. And KL secures the exit for his teammates. And Get Right could maybe get the money right now. It depends on how he wants to play it. If he stays defensively, he will have armor for the next round. He can drop his 5-7, for example, and then have a Mech 10 and a 5-7, trying to deal some more damage. But he will go for the kill right now. Doesn't get it, though. Just barely survives. or NKL just barely survives for E-frag. 2-0 now for the Bulgarian squad. NiP on the save. No real specialties coming out for them as of yet. And E-frag will probably make it 3-0. Spy leader's back on the Mac 10. Wants to gather some money to get an orb. But it's still up in the air if he will achieve that goal. He's got the right push, but he will be flanked by wherever he pushes. There will be a CT on the other side, but he draws it, he baits them in. Get right, goes for the peek, and now NKL closes out a long. Good job by E-frag to methodically push in there. They will take the A-bomb site without any questions. Pete and Exists have to rotate now, but there is still smoke in place. The terrorists will still not get the bomb over there. Now they will do so. So the CTs with a very, very unlikely situation here. If they even get one more frag, I would be happy for them. So a very slow start to this game. Pete is having his impact now. Picks off NKL. Spy leader gets his hands on the Galil though. So the damage that has been dealt was very, very low. The bomb will blow up in a second. Next round is going to be crucial for NiP. They need to get on track. They at least need to deal some damage to have the kind of mental security, you know, if they keep losing the rounds as decisively as they were right now, they might doubt themselves. And it's the start of the year. It's their first official game this year, and if they can't get this start turned around in their own favor, they might really struggle mentally, you know. So E-frag will have a good firm grip on their economy as well as on the scoreline, and it's NiP's job to turn it around. Exist with the UMP only, but he's got a defuse kit at least. His teammates lack that. He gets boosted up to the tree. E-frag is taking it very, very slowly. Get right on A together with Forest again. So they have put Pete in between his teammates on the B-bomb site. And he's got a crucial position as well, covering drop zone. No action so far by E-frag. They just inch forward into drop zone. They clean out a few areas of the map to get some map control and see where the CTs are or aren't. The Bulgarian squad fancies the B bomb site go. It's one of the most successful goals that you can use anyway. If you have control over the platform and if you maybe get one player into drop zone, it is very hard for the CTs to find the right positions to not be flanked and killed by the terrorists. NKL with the headshot onto Freiburg. Again, he is the one to go down in drop zone, and that puts a lot of strain on the B bomb site. Exist relieves some of that strain. The double kill with the UMP. 3v3 now. He's down to 19 HP, and Spy Leader gets that kill, but he catches a bullet to the head, so he's very low as well. The terrorists might lose him really, really soon. The siege is already pushed forward, and there he goes. But Dreamer with the refrag of 1v2 now. Get right, has to clutch it for NiP. He's coming around the statue already. Spots Dreamer with his pants down. It's at 1v1 now. Bubble is on the platform as well. And Get right changes his approach, while Bubble is playing it very defensively. Get right has a very hard task here. He picked up the defuse kit, but he doesn't have any smoke or grenades to work with, and he has to push Bubble. He can't waste any time, but he picks up the kill, and he will have the time to defuse the bomb. NiP with the clutch for Get Right. They are on the board, and they will start the year with the first weapon round for them. Good job by Exist and by Get Right. Crucial frags by both of them. Well done. And obviously trusting each other as well. Really good stuff here. E-frag kind of botched that situation. Dreamer had the nade in his hands out on the platform. He was just standing there, And it was an easy frag for GetRight. The 1v1 wasn't as easy, but he played it perfectly. Now quick trades at the start of this round already. GetRight and Exist down to 3 and 19 HP, but it doesn't keep Exist from getting another frag. Good performance so far by him. Spy Leader knows that GetRight is right below him. Gets that first, opens up drop zone even further, and Forest comes back. He makes it a 1v1 again. Another clutch round coming up. Bubble is going for the bomb, but Forest spots him already, and E-frag will lose another weapon round. Good job by NiP to hang on to those rounds when they were about to slip away from them. Really, really well done by the Swedes. In those situations, you can start doubting yourself and your teammates, but Exist putting up the numbers here. Those 4 kills have both been, or well, they have been separated in 2 on each weapon round. Crucial frags by him. And then GetRight and Forest with the 2v1 clutches. Now some more trouble coming up for the drop zone, but Freiberg is standing up now. Triple kill for him. Bubble and Spy Leader are the last man standing. They are both in the right positions to maybe get something going. But it's gonna be hard, no question about that. The CTs already have a backstabber coming in, as well as people rotating to the B bomb site from all directions. Spy Leader and Bubble get a frag each. It's a 1v2. Maybe E-frag can win the clutch in this round. It is their last chance to do so. Spy Leader turns the wrong direction and GetRight with the second frag of the round. NiP draw it, make it 3-3 again. So another weapon round though by E-frag. Extending that buy streak to 4 rounds now. But it won't help them if they don't get any rounds on the board, and NiP will get it done. Flawless round now. Double kill by GetRight, and Forest is stepping it up as well. Everyone is doing his job on NiP. Freiberg with the triple kill, a crucial triple kill in drop zone, where NiP had their problems. And I already put emphasis on how important drop zone can be. If the terrorists get control of it, NiP did a good job of at least keeping the terrorists from pushing from drop zone into B. Even though E-frag got the frags on drop zone, it didn't get them the rounds, and that is the important thing. NKL and Spidey, the last man standing. Another quick round by E-frag, but it didn't pay off. The push was maybe a little too quick for them, like a child that wants to start sprinting and then starts falling over its own legs, stumbling and falling face flat on the floor. 5-3 in favor of NiP, but E-frag have yet another weapon round. Their economy is working for them. So NiP at least have to sustain a very, very long streak of weapon rounds. And after only one save, E-frag is back on rifles. Now Victor is jumping into the site already. Nobody knows that he's there. Good flash work by E-frag. He picks up the frag as well, but now he gets killed by Freiberg. And his teammates are not in a position to capitalize on that. Bubble might be putting a bullet to the cranium of Freiberg, but GetRight with another trade. It's a 3v3 again. Exist trying to pick off NKL it was, I think. Yeah, there he goes. Headshot for Exist. Dreamer with the crossfire, but his teammate goes down. He picks up 2 frags, making it another 1v1. Forest already knows where Dreamer is. They are playing against each other, and they are mind playing. But Dreamer just stays in a position, gets it done. E-frag is finally back on the board. Wow. What a start to the game. You could think that NiP had a very easy time here, but all of those rounds went down the wire except for the past 2. But this one has been a save. This one has been a save, and this one was a very quick execution by E-frag. Now AWP in play for Forest. NiP is switching up their setup and Exist with the auto scope. Forest is going aggressively now. And he spotted one of the terrorists. He misses that shot. Oh, the double zoom was there, but he just couldn't get it done. What a bummer for NiP. A free opening frag, so to speak. Not picked up by Forest. Something that he rarely misses. I mean, he's playing that game for... I don't know how long he actually plays. I think he must have started sometime around the very start. I don't want to say a year now, because it could be off 1 or 2 years. But you all know that Forest is one of those 1.6 legends. He's playing, or he has been playing, for the most successful squads in the history of this game. E-frag is finally pushing through to the B-bomb site without losing too many players. And it might be the first really controlled round they have on the board. The first non-clutch situation in this game. Apart from the save round E-frag had to go for. So 9 kills for GetRight, 7 for Forest. The 2 legends having a good start in the year so far. On the other side we have Dreamer on 9 and 8 on Spy Leader. Overall, it's a team effort by both teams. Not too many frags are separating them. E-frag will draw it, with the bomb exploding on the other side. But thanks to NiP saving the 2 rifles, they can go for another buy, put up some more resistance and avoid having to save straight away. Forest will be key with his AWP. Same goes for GetRight, who tries to spot some of the early aggression, if there would be any, on the A-bomb side. E-frag goes for the B platform again. They finally have tasted some blood, and they want to get some more. Existo with the first frag. He already dings NKL and follows it up with a USP shot. Forest is stepping it up as well, helping his teammate out from behind, and the terrorist will simply be destroyed on the B platform. Great job by NiP not letting the terrorists get control of the game and the economy. But E-frag, notoriously known for force buying, just like Hellraisers are, or were, they will go for the 3 AKs and the Galil. It's not that big of a problem for them at the moment. They have the chance to force NiP on a save, so why not try and go for it? Dreamer catches a big nade, goes down to 58 HP, and Forest is there following it up with the AWP shot. Bubble with a set angle now, was just waiting for Forest to reveal his position again, and he will take control of the stairs as well. Good frags by Bubble, making it a 3v3. He lost the majority of his HP, but there is still a lot of time on the clock for NiP and for E-frag as well. The Bulgarian squad could go for a rotation if they would like to, but they stick to A, and the CTs already rotate 2 players in there. Exist is not too far away either, so the Swedes could put up some good resistance if E-frag goes for it. Spy Leader's just looking for somebody, but nobody shows up. NiP is holding on defensively. Now Pete goes down, and Spy Leader with the CZ75 goes to work on Freiberg. It's a 1v3. Will it be another clutch for NiP, or will E-frag make it 6-6 again? Xis tries to bait the terrorist into peeking. He expects somebody to, well, he basically knows the positions. They are all in the default positions, but they have a crossfire, so as soon as he jumps in there, he will be peeked by all of them. And the most that he could have achieved is maybe 1 more frag. So E-frag is clinging on to the game, while NiP is still not saving. And I will give you an overview over the economy after this round. It's really cool to see how well the teams handle their finances. E-frag is playing it very slowly. They don't know if NiP have bought up yet. That's why they take it as slow as they are. Dreamer just waiting on the B-bomb side. GetRight is up on the platform. Or is he still below? No, he is up behind that box. And Exist can cover him and draw some fire, so GetRight can come up and use his weaker UMP to great success. Sadly for NiP, he will be the one with the defuse kit, so if he goes down on the platform, or if he would go down on the platform, the defuse kit would be lost. Now the terrorists make their way to A, and it's gonna be down to Forest again. Freiburg is not able to hold on to the ramp, but Forest is holding on too long. Now he gets traded by Bubble. It's a 3v3. The CTs with the rotation. Exist doesn't spot anyone on the platform yet, on the bomb platform, but Spy Leader catches him moving there. He doesn't spray down Spy Leader. He stays alive even though he received 99 damage. Now GetRight comes in from behind. Important headshot onto Victor. He could pick up the AK. He does that. And the CTs are going for the full retake now. Pete with an important frag onto Spy Leader. Finishes what he started earlier. Bubble is in an unexpected positions. The CTs don't know where he is. He spots the first one, goes for the instant spray and tries to retreat. He gets around the corner. GetRight couldn't pick him off. And now it's going to go down to the balls of both players. GetRight is going for the instant defuse. Bubble is not picking him yet, but he does now. And just in the nick of time, Bubble will get the frag. The Bulgarian squad with the first lead in this game after the initial 3 rounds. They were showing their resilience, and it paid off in the end. 7-6, the 2 last rounds of this half. Finally, NiP's economy is broken. E-frag could have an easy time here. But as you can see, the CTs go for a stack. That's a really cool thing to see. A lot of pro teams don't fancy those stacks. They rather go for the default setup. But in my opinion, you have nothing to lose. Why not go for at least a 50-50 chance to win the round? It's the good idea, but we still don't know if it will work out. Spy Leader already checks out the A-bomb site. No one's home. And yeah, Kevin is on the B-bomb site, so to speak. GetRight is already there. Oh, didn't get tagged though. There is just popping that. Good call by, I think it was Victor there, that he's heard somebody on the doors, and his teammate followed that up with a spray. Spy Leader with the Mac-10 double kill, goes down to Forest, but Victor mobs up the last kill. E-frag make it 8-6. They were struggling throughout this part of the map. So many clutch situations. 2 2v1 clutches by NiP, 1 by GetRight and 1 by Forest. Then another 2v1, this time in favor of NiP. And they managed to get the 2 consecutive rounds after that. Now the Swedes have to win this last round of the half to have a really good chance on the second half. If they don't win it, it's still not that big of a problem. As I said, it's almost, you could call it 50-50 or terrorist-sided map. The balance shifted in the past year from CT to terrorists. You can check that on hltv.org. If you're a statistics guy, you will have a good time on that site. Now Spy Leader is waiting for his call while his teammates are working on A. And he will try to intercept the CTs or slow them down. Freiburg in a firefight. Victor will kill him. And Pete is left alone with a lengthy rotation. Not too long, but he has to fight through Spy Leader. And the T's have a smoke in place over here, so he doesn't have an opening. He has to go for the balcony. Does he expect the terrorist to be there? Great reaction by Pete. Good job. getting that AK as well gives him a fighting chance. The bomb is about to be planted. And he can keep the bomb planter inside the site. He knows that he must be around there, so he can kind of dissect where his teammate will be. But NKL has him covered. No question about it. Victor was here. When the bomb goes down over there behind the box, behind the hut, usually you will have a terrorist peek there to keep the CT from rotating in. And Pete knew that. That's why he was hesitating at first. He had to make the move eventually. Now 14 kills for Forest, 11 for GetRight. On the other side we have 13 for Bubble and Spy Leader. So Dreamer and Victor, despite being very strong players too, they are not sitting on top. E-frag with a 9-6 lead. If they don't win the pistol, NiP will have the chance to equalize the score again. And I promised to show you the economy. Forgot about that. But now we have the time. So you can see the CETs just barely avoided having to save quite a few rounds in a row. Especially in that stretch. The game was on its edge. It could have tilted over at any given moment. Then the terrorists had to go for a weak round. And after that they managed to get there first after the pistol and the consecutive second rounds over here. So that was the changing round for E-frag. They finally got themselves on the board, and I think it kicked off their momentum. And again, it was going down and up and down, and it was going all over the place on the economy. NiP avoided having to save so long. Very well done by them. But E-frag kept up the pressure astonishingly long. That was due to those rounds almost being flawless. You can see that they only lost one player in those 2 rounds. And that helped them to save a lot of their economy, as well as the flawless pistol. Those armors, they are expensive, and if you keep getting them to the next round, it will help you a lot. Now let's focus on this pistol round. It will be crucial for both teams. E-frag could potentially get themselves to at least an 11-6 if they convert the following rounds, while NiP has a chance to draw it at 9. Good frag by Pete. NiP pushes through to the A-bomb site. Dreamer picks off GetRight though, making it a 4v4 again. The CTs are not rotating yet. They still expect it to be a fake, but it's not a... Check. Yeah, but it's not a fake. It is a full go on the A-bomb side. Freiburg and Pete with the second frags. NKL and Spy Leader have to wait and get this going together. Oh, NKL already goes down. Spy Leader having a hard time. Finally gets the kill, but it was too late. Pete is there to collect the refrag, and NiP calls for a pause. GetRight dropped from the server. But he's back already. I don't know what the problem was on his part. But, well, it didn't take him too long to reconnect. NiP with a sawn-off shotgun for Forest. Trying to gather some money. GetRight with the P90. He really likes that weapon. He's one of those guys that likes the weapons that nobody else plays a lot. First kill for Forest, but NKL, stellar P250 work by him in drop zone. Now Spy Leader gets right through the smoke by Freiburg. He's able to draw to a 3v3. NKL still has that gun, as well as Bubble with the deagle, and he gets that one shot onto Freiburg on platform. NiP is reeling now. They picked up the AK that got dropped, but Bubble with another headshot. Now it's only Pete inside, and he will be pushed by NKL. E-frag pulled the upset thanks to awesome aim on the account of Bubble, as well as NKL with the P250. NiP was maybe taking a little too long to get into the thicker things and get into the face of E-frag. The Swedes will force it up. Galil for Forest. And upgraded pistols together with armor and some grenades for his teammates. They will go for B. And the CTs have maybe not the best weaponry, but should be enough. Let's see if NiP get the opening kills on the two initial defenders here on Dreamer and Spy Leader. They can definitely at least plant the bomb. Now they will run through drop zone. Nobody there yet. Smoke is in play. Good splash work. Freiberg with the P250. Now he's trying to get a second, but gets killed by Bubble. NiP not in full control yet. They couldn't move the bomb over. As the C4 makes its way over there, Spy Leader comes up with a double kill, drops it again. It's just so close to the bomb site, but not close enough. Get right with the... Oh, wow! How did he come up with that headshot of the shotgun? And then quickly switch to the pistol to win the round for NiP again. Didn't even care about the bomb being dropped in the open. Just went for the kills. And E-frag was definitely surprised that he was as close as he was. That long-range headshot with a sawn-off. Great stuff by NiP to not give up. Some teams would have been mad after that second round loss, but not the Swedes. All the experience is obviously helping them in that. They had so many good comebacks against very games back in the day. Back in the day, it sounds like it was 10 years ago. In 2013. Victor with the Farmers, he's blinded by the lights, and the terrorist will get the second frag on long. Freiberg with a kill on the Bubble. It is all sliding away from E-frag. It was looking so promising. Oh, but Dreamer with another deal shot. Very cheeky by E-frag, showing their aim and their skill. Again, KL puts up some resistance here. Spy Leader already rotates in. No more Deagles, only CZ75s. And NKL will run out of bullets sometime soon. It's taken out before that is happening. And Get Right will flank Spy Leader to make it 9-10. Still the lead for E-frag, but no weapons for them in this round. So NiP should be able to draw this game after all. Is no good as Forest, by the way. Now, Bosky, somebody will ask you, who's Forb? So Pete is not having that bad of a start together with NiP. I mean, his individual performance is rising as well. He was at the bottom for the first half, but now he's picking up a few more kills and finds himself in the middle of the pack. So NiP is surgically working on the A-bomb side. Forest dropped alone. That was a little risky in my opinion, but he's got the expendable weapon. That's why NiP used him to drop in there. If he would have been traded, it wouldn't have been that big of a loss for the Swedes. E-frag has nothing to lose. They could potentially rotate and try to get some frags. They will... Oh, they will take the long route, while Dreamer is taking the shortcut. Oh no, Dreamer's rotating back again. The terrorists will hunt for those frags, and that's something that I don't necessarily understand. But it's only Forrest with the shotgun. Even though he uses his pistol for now, he will get the kill. But Victor with the trade. As I said, Forrest is the expendable. He's able to kill 2 of the CTs. And NiP was going for the frags in case the CTs would have bought some armor. And obviously to also get some money. And mentality is a big part of the game. Sometimes you just want to bully your opponent. Sometimes you just want to show them how superior you are compared to them. And how inferior their skill set is. 10-10 now. This game is drawn again. Both teams are not giving each other an inch. What a great fight. I definitely couldn't have hoped for a better game like that. damage for NKL, but GetRight just stands in between them. He has just to turn his mouse a little bit. Triple frag for GetRight. Victor and Bubble, the last man standing. Pete has some trouble with the Galil, but it's not the strongest weapon. So that is not that big of a mistake or bummer for him. Victor is all alone on the A-bomb side. He's so far away. He would have to take a plane to get to the B-bomb site in time. So he's trying to find a decent corner to hide in. And I think he fancies the tower over here. Or maybe not. Because the tower is, again, it's kind of obvious if you save in the tower. If you save here, he could intercept one of the terrorists on his way to the tower. Won't happen though. Exist is the only one that gets fairly close to him. Was about to peek around the corner, but no joy for him. 11-10 now. NiP with a 4-round streak. E-frag having a hard time on the CT side here. E-frag with a save. Only Victor with a rifle he saved. And no stacks by the CTs. Bubble with a deagle. Victor will try to divert the attention, and Bubble would be the guy to step up then with his deagle. The terrorists are working on the B-bomb side though, and Exist already has a rough idea where the CTs could hide. NiP needs to have an eye out on their back though. CTs are fairly close on a backstab. And together the terrorists will open up the B platform. Good job by Exist and the Forest, not risking their lives but using the superior weaponry in their favor. Dreamer and NKL with the face shots for GetRight and Forest. Exist is the only one to reply. It's a 3v3 now. NKL is taken out by Pete from behind. Good frag by Pete. Freiburg cleans up Victor, and Bubble is coming in from behind. They don't know where he's coming from, but they can guess already. If it takes a CT so long to show up, it will most likely be him coming in from the back. So the terrorists already knew that. One player here and 2 players occupied with that area. 12-10. Only 4 more rounds to go for NiP, but E-frag has the orb for Spy Leader. He has to make it happen. NiP sends GetRight over to the site alone. He's not able to spot anyone yet. Oh, but there he just barely misses Spy Leader. He goes for the second peek, and that was a little risky, in my opinion. He tried to force Spy Leader to change his position with the Molotov, but it failed to do so, and Spy Leader with the first frag of the round. E-frag with a man advantage, but that doesn't mean anything yet. NiP has 4 players gathered on the A-bomb site. We have Bubble and Victor working together on a long and a slope. Victor could cover both positions. Just tries to throw the terrorist off a little bit. Now they know that he's there. They shoot him in the... Oh, he drops to his death, but gets the kill with a nade on Exist. That was unexpected, but it's a 4v2 now in favor of the CTs thanks to Bubble's kill on A main. Now he gets backstabbed by Freiburg, and it's back to a 2v3. The terrorists still have a fighting chance. 34 seconds on the clock. They can't waste too much time anymore. They have to rush it. And that's when the CTs have that Joker in the back of the site. Dreamer is just waiting on the barrels. Forest is covering for Freiburg, who goes in for the frags. But now it's NKL picking it up, and Dreamer is not even needed. He's still waiting there. So patient by him. Now he's showing up at the last few seconds to intercept the bomb. And NiP lose this crucial round. They could have really got themselves a good amount of rounds between them and their opponents. But E-frag holds on to the game. And again, we might see a possible comeback by the team that's down. Forest still equipped with the orb. A big investment by NiP. This is just playing with the smoke so far. Not too much has happened except for GetRight, who opens up the drop zone, and a good flash onto NKL single-handedly shifting it in the favor of the terrorists. GetRight doing what he does best. He's back to his lurking game on point today. But Dreamer has him covered, and the CTs have to gather some information. They need to know where to go. Dreamer is alone on the B-bomb site. Now he knows that there are a few terrorists coming his way. He has to stand tall for his squad, but Exist already put some more pressure on him. He's down to 12 HP. All the nades come flying his way. Decides to take refuge in the smoke, but Pete has spotted him. Easy kill for him. Victor and Bubble working together. Bubble with the important opening frag. He follows it up on the second one. It's a 2v2, but Forest with the orb kill. Now it's up to Bubble to close it out. He already opened up the clutch situation. Gets another one, but Forest with the important kills of the orb will make it go NiP's way after all. But another round that goes down the wire. I would love to see this map go on for a day or maybe even two, because it's so entertaining to see all the headshots, all the unlikely plays, all the comebacks in the rounds. I'm not talking about the comebacks in the game yet. I mean, the comebacks in the game are awesome as well. But the rounds, all those advantageous situations get turned upside down again. Such a great performance by both squads. Exist with the opening kill on the B platform. CTs already lose one of their important players here. It was one of the guys with a rifle. Swedes take their time now. They know that if they win this round, they just need 2 more to win this first map. And it's E-frag's map pick. Exist closes out Dreamer. That was one of the expandable players, and he was fairly low already. But GetRight gets rid of NKL, leaving Victor and Bubble on the A-bomb side. They are going for the save. Pete could put a stick between their legs here, but it depends if he wants to go for it. He's got the HP. He doesn't have too many nades anymore, so it wouldn't necessarily hurt to send him in and check out where the CTs are. Taking his time here, sneaking in. Victor is prepared for that push, but the AK is too strong. Good headshot by Pete, checking out the corner. Bubble goes to work on him, but now the terrorists know where he is at, and they will push him from both directions. It's gonna be really hard for him to defend his weapon from being taken away from him. It's like a small puppy. He really likes it. He doesn't want to lose it. But Exist is the bad guy to come in and say, you don't spend enough time with your puppy. I wanna get it back to somebody that takes care of it a little better than you do. 14-11 for NiP. After the struggle that was the first half, they finally get themselves on track, only losing 2 of the rounds on the terrorist side so far. 23 frags for GetRight and Forest. Forest looking for another one in A main. Nobody there yet. E-frag with a weak buy. Just a desperation now by the Bulgarian squad. They want to keep the terrorists from getting to map point, but it's going to be hard. Boom Boom Yo, please. Do some research. He is supposed to be pronounced like that. I'm sorry. I pronounced him Pith for a long time. Wow. Yeah, I will record a demo in a second. But he wants to be pronounced Pete. It's the Swedish way of saying it, apparently. So, yeah, I'm sorry for doing it, but it's supposed to be like that. It's like Huyten, who is written Skutten, but you have to pronounce him Huyten. Or Huyten. I think that's more Swedish, if you really focus on that. But let's focus on this weapon round. well, not really weapon round. It's possibly the last round of this map. NiP with a 15-11 lead, 4 rounds to close it out, and plenty of money on them. Now Forest with the frag. The flash kind of told him that there will be somebody peeking in a second. He already knows where the other one should be, somewhere around that, and Freiburg is sitting on the sinking Titanic. That's why he's looking like a COD player that would lean. Doesn't matter. He still picks up the frag. Dreamer is the last man standing now with his infamous Deagle. Getting that first headshot onto Exist gives him a fighting chance. 27 seconds on the clock. The Terrorists have put 3 players into connector, and Forest will be the guy to close it out. 25 for him, 24 for Get Right. And on the other side, we have 24 for Bubble. Overall, good teamwork by both squads. And they all showed their resilience. Sadly, it wasn't enough.